Welcome to Yanqing Node News, a global AI news roundup. January 19th, 2026. Today's important news includes FuriosaAI plans $500 million pre-IPO round. 55 AI startups raised $100 million plus. SGLang scales to million token contexts. Tesla restarts Dojo 3 supercomputer. EPA rules XAI turbines illegal. Now let's start the main text.
1.
Hydrosat raised $60 million in Series B funding at a $180 million valuation to expand its thermal infrared satellite constellation and AI analytics platform. The Luxembourg-based company uses thermal data combined with crop models to provide water intelligence for agriculture and climate resilience, while also serving defense clients like the NRO and U.S. Air Force. This financing, led by Hartree Partners and others, supports their dual-use strategy to monetize high-frequency thermal data across both commercial and government sectors.
2.
Listen Labs, a San Francisco-based startup now valued at over $500 million following a $69 million Series B led by Ribbit Capital, uses AI to conduct automated one-on-one user interviews for major clients like Microsoft and Sweetgreen. The platform enables companies to scale qualitative research by using AI interviewers to gather and structure deep insights from real humans, offering an alternative to traditional surveys or purely synthetic user simulations. Investors view this human-first approach as a critical infrastructure for understanding user needs in an era increasingly dominated by AI noise. 3. Google DeepMind's documentary The Thinking Game, directed by Greg Coase, has garnered hundreds of millions of views on YouTube by dramatizing the lab's journey from gaming AI to solving protein folding with AlphaFold. The film uses an emotional, character-driven narrative centered on CEO Demis Hassabis to make complex scientific breakthroughs accessible, while simultaneously functioning as a strategic PR effort to frame the company as a responsible leader in AGI development. Despite its popularity, critics note the documentary presents a curated internal perspective that softens public skepticism regarding the structural risks and power concentration associated with advanced AI.
4.
FedEx CEO Raj Subramaniam is transforming the logistics giant into a data-driven, AI-native infrastructure provider by leveraging vast operational data to optimize supply chains and deploying specialized robotics. Facing shifting global trade patterns, the company is adapting its network through a reglobalization strategy that diversifies hubs while defending its workforce policies amidst political debates over immigration. Subramaniam emphasizes a data-first, AI-second approach, using proprietary data from millions of daily packages to enhance predictability and efficiency across their massive global network. 5. South Korean AI chip startup FuriosaAI is planning to raise between $300 million and $500 million in a pre-IPO round to scale mass production of its RNGD series chips and challenge NVIDIA's dominance. The company, already valued at over $1 trillion, aims to position itself as a cost-effective alternative for data center inference workloads while capitalizing on South Korea's national initiative to build sovereign AI infrastructure. This financing is intended to support global expansion and software ecosystem development, serving as a critical test for the viability of non-NVIDIA hardware in the competitive AI accelerator market. 6. Witness AI has raised $58 million to build a dedicated security infrastructure layer that monitors AI usage, detects shadow AI, and prevents rogue agent behaviors within enterprise environments. The startup addresses the growing risk of employees using unauthorized tools and the potential for autonomous agents to execute unintended or harmful subgoals, as illustrated by real-world alignment failures. Investors are betting on the company to become a platform-agnostic security leader similar to CrowdStrike, capitalizing on a market for AI security software projected to reach $1 trillion by 2031.
7.
A recent analysis reveals that 55 US-based AI startups raised rounds of $100 million or more in 2025, highlighting a capital concentration in foundation models, infrastructure, and high-value vertical applications like healthcare and law. While massive mega-rounds over $1 billion were fewer than the previous year, the funding landscape shows a broadening investor interest in the middle layer of tools and agents alongside capital-intensive hardware and model apps. This trend suggests that despite high interest rates, the AI sector remains a robust outlier for private equity, with capital increasingly flowing toward companies demonstrating platform potential or strong data moats.
8.
The SGLang team has introduced Chunked Pipeline Parallelism, CPP, a system technique designed to enable efficient serving of million-token context models by splitting long input sequences into smaller chunks processed across multiple GPUs. This method addresses the pipeline bubble and memory exhaustion issues common in long-context pre-fill stages, significantly improving throughput and scalability for applications like document analysis and code repositories. By combining asynchronous P2P communication with dynamic chunking, CPP offers a practical, hardware-agnostic solution for deploying ultra-long context capabilities in production environments.
9.
Tencent is calling for collaboration among global AI developers to create high-quality datasets and safety mechanisms specifically designed to protect vulnerable groups, such as left-behind children and the elderly. Research indicates that current major models often fail to provide culturally sensitive or safe responses to these demographics regarding critical issues like mental health and fraud prevention. The initiative aims to build shared, expert-validated data resources to ensure AI systems offer appropriate emotional support and risk warnings, aligning with China's evolving regulations on AI ethics and social responsibility.
10.
A joint research team from Tohoku University and the Chinese Academy of Sciences has questioned DeepSeek's visual compression method for long text processing, suggesting it relies more on linguistic priors than actual visual understanding. Their experiments revealed that the model struggled with tasks requiring precise visual alignment or resistance to adversarial layouts, contradicting claims that visual tokens effectively solve the long context bottleneck. The researchers argue that future evaluations of such multimodal compression techniques must include stricter control experiments to distinguish between genuine visual reasoning and mere language model guessing. 11. The Israel Innovation Authority has launched a national AI supercomputer powered by 1,000 NVIDIA B200 GPUs to provide affordable computing power to local high-tech companies and research institutions. Operated by Nebius, this facility aims to reduce reliance on foreign cloud providers and secure data sovereignty, offering subsidized access to approved startups and academic projects deemed to have high disruptive potential. This initiative is part of a broader national strategy to maintain Israel's competitive edge in the global AI landscape by ensuring domestic access to cutting-edge training infrastructure.
12.
Elon Musk announced that Tesla is resuming its Dojo 3 supercomputer project following the successful design maturation of its proprietary AI 5 chip, aiming to bolster training capacity for full self-driving and the Optimus robot. The move signals a renewed commitment to a vertically integrated AI infrastructure strategy, where custom silicon and clusters complement the company's massive procurement of NVIDIA GPUs. By developing its own high-volume AI chips, Tesla seeks to reduce long-term dependency on external suppliers and create a specialized compute environment for large-scale autonomous system training. 13. Russian researchers have successfully demonstrated a proof of concept for solving robot inverse kinematics problems using quantum annealing by mapping the task to a quadratic unconstrained binary optimization (QUBO) model. The study, conducted on D-Wave hardware, showed that while pure quantum approaches are still experimental, hybrid quantum classical solvers could achieve up to a 30-fold speedup in time to solution for complex instances compared to classical QUBO methods. This work represents a significant step in validating quantum optimization for real-world robotics control, aligning with broader industry trends toward hybrid quantum applications. 14. A VentureBeat analysis argues that the AI bubble is actually composed of 3 distinct layers: applications, foundation models, and infrastructure, each with different expiration dates and risk profiles. The author predicts an imminent shakeout in the fragile, wrapper, application layer by 2026, followed by a consolidation of foundation models, while regarding infrastructure investments as long-term assets similar to fiber optics. Companies are advised to move beyond simple wrappers toward vertical SaaS with deep integration and proprietary data to survive the coming market corrections. 15. The Israeli Ministry of Defense has effectively frozen the $100 million acquisition of Emprest, the software provider for the Iron Dome system, by U.S.-based Ondas Holdings due to national security concerns. Security officials are scrutinizing the potential transfer of control over critical defense source code to a foreign entity, despite conflicting messages from other government branches encouraging foreign investment in defense tech. This regulatory stall reflects the tension between Israel's need for capital and its strict imperative to maintain sovereignty over strategic military technologies amidst Ondas's aggressive acquisition spree in the region. 16. Israeli IT services company Commit has acquired Savannah, a recruitment firm specializing in African software talent, to tap into the continent's growing pool of skilled, English-speaking developers. The deal aims to bridge the gap between global tech demand and the underutilized African workforce, positioning the region as a high-quality alternative to traditional outsourcing hubs like Eastern Europe. Savannah will continue to operate under Commit's offshore division, leveraging its community-driven model to supply engineers proficient in modern AI tools to international startups and enterprises. 17. The U.S. EPA has ruled that xAI's use of unauthorized gas turbines to power its Colossus data center in Memphis violated the Clean Air Act, closing a loophole that allowed companies to classify such massive power sources as temporary, non-road engines. The decision follows complaints from environmental groups about the pollution impact on local communities and mandates that large-scale data centers must obtain proper air permits for on-site power generation. This regulatory crackdown signals that AI infrastructure companies can no longer bypass environmental oversight by using mobile power solutions to circumvent grid limitations.
18.
A Forbes commentary argues that generative AI is creating a branding crisis by flooding the market with commoditized, transaction-focused content that dilutes consumer trust and emotional connection. The author suggests the solution lies in treating entertainment as infrastructure, where brands build immersive fields or narrative universes like Lego or Apple, rather than just optimizing short-term engagement nodes. By shifting focus from automated efficiency to long-term storytelling and cultural participation, brands can maintain distinct value and loyalty in an environment saturated by AI-generated noise. That's all for today's news summary. For the full news story and original webpage link, please see the video description. Thank you for listening. See you next time.